welcome to episode 4 now, I believe, of the No Ego podcast. My name is FTBiscuit. As usual, I am the host of these things. Today I have a couple other people with me today. It's not just one-on-one. It's going to have a few people with. So first and foremost, I just want to introduce Zach. He is going to be our director of content. Zach, how you doing today?
Oh, not too bad. Glad to be here. How are you?
Good. Hope you had a solid weekend. And with us as well, we have Daz, who is our Discord director and head mod for the stream as well. Daz, how you doing today?
Pretty great. Been spending a lot of time doing either work or games.
Nice. So real quick, just to kind of go through and give kind of everyone an idea of it. Kind of an idea of what we do here at No Ego. And also just to kind of put it out there too, since the three directors here, I myself am the social media and the community director as well. So the only other director that's not with us here is the HR director, Condor, who will be in a later episode. But just to kind of start off first, Zach, if you want to really quick, just kind of run down exactly what you do as the director of content, kind of just what your role entails, more or less.
Well, basically, I'm just the guy that handles all the content team and stream team members, making sure that, you know, they feel like they're being taken care of. Make sure they're doing their part, turning in their clips. I also work with Matt and kind of figure out ideas for things we can do for videos and content, and just different ways to utilize the talent that we do have.
And same question to you, Daz, just kind of as our head mod and head Discord director.
So I get the fun job. I get to wield the band hammer for the Twitch, which is a lot of fun. And then I also get to do all the fun things for the Discord and just set up all the channels that people want. Get add a whole bunch, mess around with a whole bunch of bots that can do a whole bunch of cool things in the Discord to make it a better place for everybody.
I'm still convinced you're a bot. I'm not entirely convinced you're a person at this point still.
AI confirmed.
Yeah, because I'm still scared that you're gonna send me to like Discord Shadow Realm at some point soon.
Who started the Shadow Realm? That's my question.
I don't know. Was it?
I think it was Silver.
Was it Silver? I think
so. Because the first thing he did as a manager was he changed the manager's room to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, because the other day we were in I think you and I were just we just noticed that the Discord just started having so many changes out of the blue, and it was just it was Silver just completely messing with all of it.
Oh yeah, he gave so many people nicknames, and it was just I hopped in their like voice chat just to question, was like, why are all these nicknames being changed? And they just all got so silent and were just like he had too much fun with this new power.
I mean, again, like you reacted to that so quick too.
I get so many notifications. Like I have all of them on immediately. Like if anything pops up or any notification, it'll automatically alert me, and it's kind of ridiculous.
And Zach also, kind of aside from also being the content director as well, before I even forget about this, he's also the one that runs our Modern Warfare Wednesdays as well. So that's been something he's been doing since we've kind of started doing the streaming from the No Ego channel too.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Gets people to come out and all get together. You know, we all get into a Discord voice chat and get toxic with each other. It's a good time.
And getting toxic in a nice, like, it's mutually toxic.
In a non-personal, not like I want to go cry in a corner toxic manner.
Well, I mean, that's normally like me after the first, I think, well, wasn't it? I think it was the first game I played with you guys was when I just got, because I hadn't gotten a Call of Duty since Black Ops 3. And What were we playing? Was it? It was the thing with the bomb. What was it?
Search and destroy. Yeah, I think you played. I think you got it the day of Warfare Wednesday, and you played like 2 or 3 maps before you jumped in.
I did.
So it was fun.
Yeah, and then I got the bomb and had no idea how to use the bomb.
You did hold your own though. I mean, it's not like you jumped in and it was embarrassing for you. So,
I mean, everything's embarrassing for me in all reality.
well, I mean, yeah, that's kind of a shared thing, I think, in the gamer field.
Yeah, no, we all kind of go through it at some point or another. Um, I know, so Daz, I know you just got your gaming PC recently. Congratulations and welcome to the PC gaming world.
Thank you. Yeah, I just got it last Tuesday, and I've been on it way too much. It's kind of sad.
As I said, welcome. There's no such thing as that.
Fair enough, yes. There's way too many games that are left out of everything else.
That's the normal. I mean, my Steam library is absolutely insane. It's just absolute. It's I don't think I've beaten or touched half the games in my library.
Oh god.
Yeah, I was going through the list yesterday, and it was disturbing to me. And I bought 3 more games yesterday too on top of it.
How many years of Steam is that though? That of just accumulating games.
Since 2006.
That would be why. Oh man.
Yeah, nope, since 2006, because I was playing console for a while, and then I was playing huge into, because I had my Xbox, I had a PlayStation. I had so much in terms of games consoles, but that was when I was big into my Xbox 360, and that's about the time I got into WoW too.
That WoW is a deep hole to fall down into.
Don't do it. Don't save yourself already. Well, I mean, to be fair, COD is a deep hole to fall down to as well. Like in reality, like how long have both you been playing either like Call of Duty or any FPS for that matter?
You know, I'm kind of scared to look at the hours I have in COD. I know it's measured in days at this point of just game time.
Just days? We're not on weeks now?
Well, when I say days, I was just trying not to, out myself like that. No, it's probably at least 2 weeks of gameplay or more.
For just this Modern Warfare, or for previous ones as well?
No, just this one.
So, what I meant was, how far back in terms of the Modern Warfares have you guys gone?
Oh, as far as the Modern Warfare series goes, from the first one, but I played the original Call of Duty on PlayStation and whatnot.
And Daz, what about you?
That's pretty much the same thing, actually. When it comes to COD, I've played the original and all of, pretty much, I think I own every single COD that's come out, just for the storylines. But I've started FPS back on, Halo was my first FPS game I ever played. And then I moved on to COD.
See, I didn't start with Halo until Halo 2, but it had already been out for ages already. So it was already about to switch over to when ODST was about to come out. But I had gotten the first Call of Duty and Battlefield, actually. I was actually big around Battlefield for a while before I started to get more into Call of Duty with like Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2.
I mean, if you're trying to age us with this question and go back to the first FPS we started playing, I mean, that would go back to like Doom and Wolfenstein 3D.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, it's now we're going a bit further back. I mean, my first FPS was I would say, no, it was GoldenEye. Definitely was GoldenEye for the N64.
Oh, many hours spent in GoldenEye.
So many. Oh, you had to. It wasn't. It wasn't a great night unless you did. Um, like I forgot the name of the thing was. It was one. It was like one shot, one kill, or whatever they called it at that point. No weapons, slappers only.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and then you always had that one guy that had to be odd job because you know he's the smaller target. Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
So you guys really out here dating yourself because I know neither of those games except for Doom, and that's only because of the most recent Doom release that came out. So no idea what those two games are.
God, kids these days. They don't know the joy of pixelated rooms.
Right. Oh, having to have 4 controllers for 4 people to play in one room.
Was it in black and white too?
Oh, fuck off. That's not even fair. I mean, that's a little fair. I'll give you that. No, I remember we were doing, and it was always, and for Goldeneye, it was always the same map, that same like warehousey map that was just like the same 4 rooms over and over again. And what else? There was another. I feel like there was another FPS on N64 that was big. I can't remember the name. Perfect Dark, I think it was.
Yeah, Perfect Dark. I was just about to say that. And they actually have a remastered version of that you can play on Xbox One.
Really?
There's like because they did a remastered, yeah, they did a remastered edition of it for 360, and now that's backwards compatible, and I think it was free at one point with Games with Gold.
Yeah, but I can only wonder how well it's held up.
I can do the research and let you know. I think I can get it for free either way. I think it's either Game Pass or Games with Gold.
It's like of like the big FPSs like back in the day, or even kind of going on. I never got into. There were 2 that I could never get into. I could never get into Rainbow Six Siege. Don't know why. I couldn't. I could never get into it, and I couldn't get into. God, what was the other one? It was Siege and. Well, no, I played CS for a bit. I played Counter-Strike CS for a little, or CSGO rather, for a little bit. But I don't know why I couldn't get into like that super tactical type of shooter for a while. Like I just kind of fell back to the super quick run and gunny, the whiz bang shooty shoot of Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's where I get in trouble when I go to games like Siege, because I'm just run out and shoot at people, and then I die a lot.
You both just need to be Ash mains. That's all they do is run in, die, get a few kills, and that's it.
What does that even mean? Like, literally, I have no idea what that means.
Well, Ash is an operator.
Yeah, Ash is the closest operator you can get to a run and gun playstyle, just by meta.
Okay, so you've had more experience in Siege.
It's one of the only FPS games I religiously will play.
Okay, so for like the non Siege files, I don't know how you want to say it. Like explain to like someone who has no idea like what's the difference between Siege and like a Call of Duty.
I mean, you said it pretty clearly yourself. The biggest difference is by playstyle. When it comes to Siege, it's very like meant to be methodical and slow and like not slow entry, but slow movement, thinking within. Siege is meant to use your like brain and to really think out strategies and plan ahead of how you're gonna accomplish your given mission. While with COD, it's basically just run, find people, shoot, kill. It's all about the run and gun playstyle, where Siege wants to be more tactical.
So, here's kind of an interesting thought, you know, with that being said, because Siege has been the same Siege for the since it came out, right?
Well, it still has had like that same kind of like that's what they wanted at the very start. It was not really like that, and a lot of people just run in because of Siege was kind of one of the first that I've ever seen who wanted that type of playstyle, compared to where most FPS of its time were all running guns.
Yeah, I was involved with the beta for Siege, and pretty much, yeah, the whole time was run up, blow up the wall, jump in, quick rounds. And now when you play, it's definitely, people checking corners, and it gets crazy.
It's almost like it's kind of gone a lot more methodical, kind of like CS:GO, where CS:GO is a lot more methodical.
Yeah, the developers throughout the seasons, as they kept like releasing and releasing more, kept tuning it to try and gear it towards this type of playstyle, as well as like the community was fully behind moving towards that playstyle, and so they started making the metas and setting up how the game will be played and how like in rounds how the games will go.
So, I mean, seeing as Siege has been out, because Siege came out back in 2015. Um, so kind of an interesting thing that I noticed, and I think this is what I was going at before, but I totally lost my train of thought. So, Siege came out in 2015. It's been out. It's the same game. Well, not the same game, but I mean, it's the same base game that's been updated over the last 5 years. Then we have a game like Call of Duty, which pretty much we get a new one every year, more or less. Um, just with those, like, kind of how those development cycles have been and whatnot, what do you think that, why is Siege still just Siege and it hasn't, a new sequel of it hasn't been made yet? Whereas Call of Duty just continues to just crank out a new one every year.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Call of Duty is pretty much just a rerun every time. I mean, they change a few little things here and there, but it's still the core is the same in every game. So, I mean, it's kind of like the sports series where the stats for each player change a little bit and the outfits change, but the game itself is still pretty much the same. So, I mean, I can see where Siege is doing the same thing. They're releasing new operators and new skins, and they have new seasons. So, I mean, it's basically you're getting a new game, but I mean, that's kind of the way games are going now, as things are going more seasonal, where instead of releasing a sequel to a game, they'll add a few little tweaks here and there and give you new challenges to complete within the same game. I mean, I think that's kind of a trend that's happening nowadays anyway.
Yeah, actually, just a couple months back, Siege just released its like first battle pass, and it started integrating a battle pass system into the game, which was pretty like a big move for them, because it moved towards a more like different way. Because originally they just have their alpha packs of how you get skins and everything, but then they moved to the battle pass now, where you could still have the alpha packs, but like now there's just different things, as well as it gives them more money when people have to buy the premium battle pass, which is just something that they added.
So then, because see, like I'm torn about that. So I'm a bit of a critic when it comes to kind of like the live service model, essentially, which is like what Siege is doing, and like what Siege is doing, Destiny's doing, Overwatch as well. Because keep in mind, Overwatch came out back in 2016, just shortly after Siege did. Whereas since Siege came out, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with Cold War, 6 Call of Duty games coming out. So I know they have like the battle passes and they have all of that too. It's I just kind of wonder. Well, I don't think I'm trying to directly say why, but let's be honest, it's money. It's money is why they're doing it. Why so many Call of Duty games have come out back to back to back to back instead of just doing a live service type of game. Because in reality, the live service type of game could be like you pump it full of microtransactions. That could be monetarily lucrative as it is. So why not switch to that model?
Well, and that's kind of where Call of Duty's a little different, because they've had multiple development teams. They've got, it's not just one company made the game. So you have one company that did the Modern Warfare series, then you have a company that did the Black Ops series. So they all want their piece of that pie. You know what I mean? So you think about it, it's 6 games, but it's really 2 or 3 separate companies that made those games. So it's a couple games in the last, 6 years.
True, but that's like $60 a pop for each one.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, they're out there getting their money, but that's why Siege doesn't necessarily have to do that, because they're one company. You know, I mean, a singular company made the game. They're getting their money through their microtransactions still, whereas, like I say, the Call of Duty series has 2 or 3 different companies that want to get their fingers in the pie.
True. Which is kind of one of the reasons why I found this current Call of Duty kind of interesting in that aspect, because this one did start to do that with the armory and everything. The fact that you can buy like the different armory skins and the armory kind of setups and whatnot. So like, how do you guys feel about something like a store like that, in a Call of Duty game that's coming out, every so year?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think we're necessarily going to see so many coming out from here on out.
Okay.
The reason we're seeing another Black Ops come out is because that's another studio that's wanting to get. So when that comes out, that will probably follow the same model, where they're going to have, keep the same core game, but change it every couple months or whatever with a new season. I think that's what we're going to see. But the reason that a new Call of Duty is coming out is because it's the other company that, Black Ops 3 is kind of, or 4. What'd they get up to, 4?
Black Ops 4, yeah. That's right, because Black Ops is done by Treyarch, and Infinity Ward does Modern Warfare.
Correct. So that's what I'm saying. I think when the new Black Ops comes out, that's going to probably, and again, I'm just speculating, but it's probably going to follow the same model now, because why invest all the money in developing a whole new game when you can do these things where it's just a new season, where there's new challenges and new rewards for completing those challenges. And that will keep people paying money for the battle pass to get the new things. And so I think that's, like I say, I think that's kind of the trend of where games are going now, where it's not going to be a new game in a series every year or every 2 years. They're going to keep that same game for, as long as they can, and then that's when they'll worry about replacing it with something new.
Daz, what do you think?
To be honest, I did not understand most of what was said. I did not really understand at all what the armory was when I played the game. So just leave me out of this one.
It's okay. No worries. As I said, I know zero about Siege. I know absolutely nothing about Siege as it is. So we all have a little bit of the knowledge base here.
Yeah, I was like, when I ever play COD, I really only ever play for the storyline. I only play the multiplayer when I've got a group of friends who that's all I want to play. And even then I don't understand it.
I actually haven't done the single player for this new one yet. I just realized that.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm on the last mission because I don't want to beat it yet. I don't know. I do that with games.
Is it really that good?
It's a pretty damn good story.
I mean, not that I didn't believe you just now, Daz. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You shouldn't trust an AI.
Please don't mute me. Please don't ban me.
So like, that's Silver. Don't blame me for that. I only mute Apollo. Apollo's who I bully. In friendly ways.
I don't fear Silver, because Silver can Spent Silver is the mod manager, by the way. He's a Daz's minion.
That's an apt way of describing him.
See, I don't see. I'm not. I don't.
He
fear
can
him, 'cause
mute
I don't
you.
think
Yep.
He
Yep.
can't.
He can.
He can?
He
Crap.
wouldn't do it though.
That's right. That's right. He wouldn't.
He has a very clear line of not messing with anyone above him. Same level and below? Absolutely. Any of us?
Yay.
No. Although I can't have him. That would be great though. I'll talk to him about that.
Just when you want me to shut up, just have.
Oh, I'd do that myself.
That's true. You would just do it yourself, and you do it yourself.
I'm not that mean.
We joke. We really don't abuse that much.
No. Only when like the timing is proper and like would make a great story.
To just
Or laugh.
incredibly annoy me as much as possible.
Absolutely. That is my goal.
So, since there have been so many that have come out, so starting with Zach first, which would you say is your favorite of the Call of Duties? Let me split up this way, just because I feel like that's too broad of a question. Your favorite Black Ops and your favorite Modern Warfare.
I don't know. I'd probably have to go with Modern Warfare 2. And then the original Black Ops was the one that I probably spent the most time playing. I know I melted a few thumbstick covers off of 360 controllers playing that one.
From what, Black Ops 1?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh, those lobbies were fun.
I don't think I played Black Ops 1.
Oh man. Back in the 360 chat days, those were good times.
Yeah. Well, I think what happened was I was playing Modern Warfare 2 and I loved Modern Warfare 2. And then I think I got Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 3 came out around that time, and that's when I kind of switched to Battlefield for a bit.
Yeah, Battlefield kind of took me over when Bad Company was released. That was a good game.
Bad Company was good. I liked Battlefield. Battlefield 4 was good. A lot of people kind of gave it a lot of shit, but I loved Battlefield 1. The World War one. I love that one so much.
Yeah, Battlefield 1 was good. I actually, before the new Modern Warfare came out, the only game I was playing was Battlefield 5. Fun fact, I was actually in the top 50 for revives as a medic. In the world for Xbox. I don't remember what the highest place I ended up being, but I remember being top 50. So that was always my big hype thing, was I'm on the medic leaderboard.
It's funny because I was super strong with the medic in Battlefield 1, and I was amazing as a sniper in Battlefield 1, but I can't snipe for shit in Call of Duty.
Well, I mean, yeah, the game mechanics are quite a bit different.
So Daz, because I know you've played more Siege, have you yet gotten into like Valorant or any of those yet? Those tactical shooters yet?
So I've downloaded Valorant and CSGO and actually Apex as well. For just like if anybody ever wants to play, but I actually have not yet played them. I've run through the tutorials.
Okay.
But I mean, I have only had my PC for a week.
I was just gonna repeat that just for anyone that's out there, just like, oh, why isn't she? She just got her PC. Okay.
Yeah, and I've been way too addicted to playing Siege on the PC as well as Star Wars: The Old Republic. That has consumed my life so far.
Star Wars, the MMO.
Yeah. Yes.
Really?
Absolutely. I have been playing way too many hours of it lately. If I'm not playing Siege, I'm doing that.
See, I played it when it first launched, and I wasn't a huge fan of it. But how did you get into that?
I am a massive Star Wars nerd, and I've wanted to play it for years. but it's not supported on Mac. So anytime, like, I can never play it. And I finally got a PC, and the first thing I did was download Siege and then download Star Wars: The Old Republic. But it's more so just because I'm a massive Star Wars fan. Absolutely obsessed.
I don't know why I didn't peg you for an MMO person.
Oh, I love MMOs. Like, any open world or, like, RPGs, I absolutely loved. Although,
Really?
I tried WoW.
Okay.
I didn't get into it, though.
I remember that because I remember it was me or you, Cobra, me, and I forgot someone else was playing, and I remember you were trying to get into it and you really couldn't get into it. Because it was when I was leveling one of my characters too, getting ready for everything with WoW. That's a conversation rabbit hole that I think Josh and I had the entire podcast last week was just us talking about WoW.
Oh, man.
I have put that is a game that I have put literal months to possibly years of game time worth in.
Yeah, I think for me, I just couldn't get into it because of the storyline. While, like, I loved, like, the mechanics and everything, I think just compared to, like, with the Star Wars storylines, it's just something I more, like, relate to and really like. And then WoW, like, I can't, it's not anything against it. It was just not a storyline.
Proven just sent me a message real quick, just reminding me. He's like, for real, about 20 minutes of the 30-something minute podcast was just WoW. I mean, WoW, to be fair, and this is kind of going way off topic a bit, but people that play WoW, we can talk about WoW quite easily.
Yeah, you're a bunch of nerds.
Aren't we all? I feel like we all are. We're just a giant.
Yeah, but they're nerds. Like, I'm a nerd, but you WoW guys, you're nerds.
We're us RPG game nerds we're a different kind. Like the RPG, the D. Oh, I mean, like, me and Josh are also, like, very big into, like, D&D, WoW, Divinity as well, which is another huge role playing game too. So I wear that. I mean, I've played Final Fantasy 14 quite extensively too.
He's got the nerd glasses. It's great.
Biscuit, we get it. You're a nerd. We get it.
Hey, my glasses are trendy, okay?
No. Those are prescription.
They are prescription, yes. That's besides the point, though.
They're not the fake glasses that... Well...
Or you wear it without the lenses. So people, like, literally just do it like an, what is it called? In middle school. It was like a glasses check where they, like...
What?
Okay. Nope.
What? What are you talking about, Des?
It's only trendy if you don't need them and you wear them.
Hold on. So is that what you were talking about? Like, they'd poke people in the eyes to see if their glasses were real?
Yeah.
What kind of sadistic school is this?
Middle school was a trip, okay?
I mean, that's fair. Middle school was a hell of a time. Zach, you don't have to respond to that one.
What violent middle school did you go to that they walked around jabbing people with glasses in the face?
I just remember kids suck. Kids are mean at that age. Oh man.
I shouldn't have mentioned it.
Dude, kids are. I mean, then again, to know that kids are mean, all you had to do was, like, play Modern Warfare 2 back in the day, or like Black Ops 1, and just have a set of headphones in any lobby, and you could hear how mean middle schoolers could be.
I'm just trying to remember if my middle school was that violent. I don't believe it was.
For those newer people out there, just listen to Fortnite if you don't know what those games are.
I was drinking something, just laughed it into my nose. God, that hurts. The level, that's where toxicity really started. I feel like in those lobbies is where it really began.
Oh, and nowadays everybody's either in a party chat or on Discord talking to each other. So, well, back then we you didn't have that luxury. If you wanted to be able to talk to anyone, you were talking to everyone.
It's a lot safer.
And yeah, I mean, it makes me miss those days because now I don't have people to get toxic to.
I'd turn my group chat off. I don't even chat in game anymore, unless it depends on the game. Like if it's Valorant, absolutely, because you need to coordinate with your team. And Overwatch, I'll tend to turn to team chat on if I'm doing competitive, because just again for coordination's sake. But Call of Duty, absolutely not. I'm not turning that on.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is with Siege, and I'm actually super excited that they have you can either voice chat in game, like in game voice, or you can text, so it's safer, even though the text gets abused so badly.
But I feel like text would go too quickly, because if you're trying to coordinate that quick, like you have to take your hand off your mouse and keyboard to type something out.
Well, yes. So mostly, like when I use it like for when I'm dead. But I also do it because of like safety of how toxic Siege is to any girl gamer. It's like you can't ever use voice if you're a girl. It's so bad. So yeah, mostly like if you're dead, and you like have cams, you can tell them like through the cams, just text them through the game, like where everything is, or where people are.
Oh, that's fair. That makes sense then. Um. Okay, and Daz, I know I asked Zach, but I didn't get to you. To the best of your knowledge, your favorite Call of Duty.
Oh, Black Ops 2. I absolutely died for that storyline.
That's right, because you play them not for the multiplayer, you play them for the single player.
Yeah.
I think you're like one of the only people I've ever heard actually say that.
That they play for the storyline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never. I mean, I'll play the single player just as like a time killer on some of the older ones, but I never like bought a Call of Duty for the story.
No, I didn't think those people existed. I mean, to me, it sounds kind of like the people that had a Playboy subscription to read the articles.
It's okay. I'm not a person. Remember, I'm an AI.
Well, I was gonna say it just kind of for me solidifies the fact that Daz is actually not human and is still just an AI.
I mean, that's my best analogy for what you just said, Daz.
Yes, it's a modified voice, guys. Completely computer generated.
I mean, hey, Cortana was a modified voice, and she was pretty human, even though she wasn't.
And then it was just a hologram that went to the No Ego meetup. Completely unrealistic.
I mean, I believe that fully.
I still got some glitches to fix then. I had to download some more responses.
She just glitched out.
You know, I thought a few times I caught the wrong angle and you disappeared, and then I moved over and there you were again, so it checks out.
All right. So, real quick, just want to do a few just quick questions for you guys real fast, just to kind of you don't have to go into super depth unless you want to. You're more than welcome to if you want. But just a couple quick like rapid fire questions just to get to know you guys a little bit better here too. Daz, we'll start with you if you don't mind. First, favorite video game of all time. Favorite video game of all time.
Assassin's Creed. Do I have to pick one?
Yes, you do.
Oh, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's just because I'm a huge Greek gods nerd.
Okay. Least favorite game of all time.
Fortnite.
Fair enough. What was the first video game you remember ever playing?
Halo Reach.
Halo Reach was the first you ever played.
Mm-hmm.
That honestly hurts my soul a bit. That hurts me a little bit inside.
So, the story behind
God,
that
I'm old.
No, it's not because you were old. It's because I had a very loving family, and they did not want me playing FPS games until I reached a very specific age. And up until then, I hadn't reached that age, so Halo Reach was my first.
Your first video game, period.
Oh, period?
Yeah, your first video game, period.
Oh my god, my first video game period was Barnyard on the PS2.
What?
Back to the Barnyard. Like it's a, it was a movie and has a whole show, and they made a game off of it.
All right. What's the most recent game you played?
Right before recording this, I just got off Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Okay. Favorite video game series?
Assassin's Creed.
Proven just messaged me. It's the one with the cows. Like that means anything to me.
It's about talking animals, okay?
Okay.
They walk on 2 feet and then they hide on 4 feet when the farmer's around.
That sounds like the book Animal Farm is what that sounds like to me.
It is, but without the communism. Zach knows what it is. Yeah, so it's like exactly like that Animal Farm, but without the communism.
Oh, they definitely throw parties in the barn too.
Animal Farm without the communism. Oh my goodness.
I mean, that's what that book's about.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. That's literally what the book is about.
Animal Farm without the communism.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm like that comment just took me off guard.
I'm sorry. Too big brain.
That was really big brain for this. So we were talking about Call of Duty and we just went into like literary themes. Did I ask you favorite video game series?
Yes, I said Assassin's Creed.
Gotcha, thank you. Game most likely to make you throw a controller across the room.
Siege. It's the only game I've ever raged in, and I don't rage.
Fair enough. Then last but not least, Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo?
Xbox.
All right, cool.
Fuck PS4.
You take that back.
I will not. The only good thing about PS4 and all the PS series is all their console exclusive, like single player games like Ghost of Tsushima. I wish I could play, but only their console exclusives.
I feel personally victimized by that statement.
I hope you do. You know what? Honestly, I probably made anybody who listens to this probably really mad because a lot of people are PS over Xbox. But
honestly, that is probably one of the most polarizing questions these days with console players. All right, so we'll switch to you, Zach, now. So, Zach, favorite game of all time?
Oh man, that's a rough question. Street Fighter 2, the arcade version.
Ooh, that was good. Yes. God, I still remember the what was it called? The Evo incident with what was his name? Justin Wong. The Street Fighter 2 tournament. That was that huge the huge parry upset. I saw a video on it. I'll look it up later and I'll remember about it. Someone who's listening to this is probably going to just be yelling at me about how could I forget about this or whatever. Anyway, least favorite game.
I mean, I hate to double Daz's answers, but probably Fortnite, because fuck that game.
Fair enough. Last game you played?
The Battletoads reboot.
Really? How was it?
I mean, it's Battletoads.
Yeah,
it's
fair.
It's a side-scrolling kind of punch around, and yeah, it's
okay. Fair enough.
Very got a very good nostalgic play value to it.
Speaking of nostalgic play value, first video game you ever played?
Oh, you really want to? Oh man.
Oh, I'm pushing you on this one.
Dude, I'm old.
I know you. I know.
As far as what I remember playing, that I can vividly remember, was either Tank War or Pitfall on an Atari 2600. So yeah, I'm old.
Yeah, I mean, my first was on a Sega Master System, and I thought that was old.
So yeah.
I think my first video game was it was Ghostbusters on the Sega Master System.
Well, now that I've dated myself, my nurse has my dinner blended up, and it's past my bedtime.
Favorite video game series?
Probably have to go with Call of Duty.
Most likely to make you whip a controller across the room.
Also, probably have to say Call of Duty.
That's fair. And Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo?
Oh, definitely Xbox.
Am I the only like PlayStation person in the leadership group?
Okay, I'm dating myself here. What won me over to Xbox was actually the Sega Dreamcast. And I know you're saying, how the hell does that work?
Yeah, how the hell does that work? Because I have a Dreamcast and I didn't go that direction.
The controller.
The giant spaceship that was the controller?
When I first played a Dreamcast, yes, I loved that controller. So, when the original Xbox came out, if you remember, it was a big, fat, round, spaceship-looking controller. And there's just something about the ergonomics of the Xbox controllers that just fit my hands better than a PlayStation controller. So honestly, for me, when it comes down to Xbox or PlayStation, the big thing is the controller. There's just something about when I first felt that controller of a Dreamcast, and then when Xbox and PlayStation 1 came out, I instantly gravitated towards Xbox because the controller was more like my Dreamcast controller.
All right. I mean, fair enough. I mean, I still have my old Sega Dreamcast that I had when I was a kid. And, I mean, it still works perfectly fine. Like, I was playing it. It's at my parents' house. I was playing it when I went to visit them this past weekend, actually. And it was just so weird playing Power Stone in 2020. It was just so surreal almost.
Do you have the VMU?
I have a VMU, but it doesn't work anymore.
Oh, now whatever happened to that technology making it into our controllers? Having a little screen on there. I mean, the Switch kind of does that because it's got the screen in the middle, but...
I mean, yes, we all wanted Tamagotchis built into our controllers at some point. That was so early 2000s.
I mean, just the... Well, I mean, but you had mini games that you could take it out and play the mini game to get rewards in game. I mean, it was just... It was way ahead of its time.
Yeah, like I had Sonic Adventure and all the Chow stuff. But that actually brings us to about the end of this podcast. Daz, anything you want to say? Anything else you want to say before we wrap things up?
You guys are all amazing, and when this comes out, I'm gonna wait for all the hate and messages from the PS4 and Fortnite community that are upset with my decisions.
Oh no, I doubt it. Fortnite probably, but I mean, Zach, anything you want to
say? Just thanks to everyone that's part of the community. You guys are awesome. We wouldn't be doing any of this if you guys weren't around. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And yeah.
All right, cool. Well, again, thank the two of you for being here. Daz, Zach, thank you guys for coming through. And I want to thank everyone else out there again for listening to our podcast, coming through with us, hanging out with us here at No Ego. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hope you guys stay safe. And have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day you're listening to this.
Thanks for listening to the No Ego Podcast. If you haven't already, make sure you head on over to Podbean and hit the follow button to hear the podcast a day ahead before it goes up on YouTube. Follow us on our socials at NoEgoGG on Twitter and No Ego Gaming on YouTube and Instagram. And we'd also love to see you in our Discord at discord.gg/NoEgoGaming. Hope you had a great listen, and remember, have no ego.